If you're thinking of moving or even selling your house in the Savannah, Georgia area, and you're basing that decision from what you hear on the national news, you might be making a big mistake, because what's going on in New York, Florida, California has nothing to do with Savannah, Georgia. Why? Because real estate is not one big monster of one market. It's hyper local, and what's going on right here is what matters. So let's talk about that. Now, if you don't know me, I'm Luis Bruno. I am a realtor down here in Savannah, and I've been working specifically in this market for about a decade. Now, what I want to do in this video is answer the most common questions related to the housing market in Savannah, Georgia. Now, for context, when I say Savannah, Georgia, I don't mean only the city of Savannah. I mean the Savannah, Georgia metropolitan area, which is composed of 3 counties, okay? You have Chatham County, Bryan County, and Effingham County. The first thing is home prices. In Chatham County, which is places such as Savannah, Port Wentworth, Pooler, Georgia, Bloomingdale, etc., the price median overall in the county is $375,000. That's 3.5% higher than last year. Now, to answer the question, are the prices going up or down in the Savannah area, Chatham County? The answer is no. Prices are not coming down anytime soon. Now, the next in line is Bryan County, with places such as Richmond Hill and Ellaville, Georgia. The overall price median there is $437,000. Now, don't get too excited, because let me tell you this. If you're looking in Richmond Hill, which is the most famous place in Bryan County, the price median right there is more expensive. It's about $450,000. Now, if you're wondering why, Richmond Hill is not necessarily closer to the downtown area, but it is the place where the best schools are. Okay, you have lower population, it just feels good, tons of nature, and people love it. There is a lot of demand in Richmond Hill, and the price median right there is actually higher than in Savannah, higher than in Pooler, Georgia, and a lot of other places around here. Now, when it comes to Effingham County, with places such as Rankin, Guyton, Springfield, the overall price median right now, 2025, is $357,000. Now, that's a jump of 5.7% compared to last year. Now, here's a quick market fact that you should know. If you're wondering, out of all the places that I've mentioned, which one is the one that have seen the most increase in home prices recently? The answer to that is Port Wentworth, okay? Port Wentworth is part of Chatham County, and they saw an increase of 12% last year, 2024. Now, a lot of people base their decision of making an offer on what I'm about to tell you right now. I'm referring to days on the market. So here's the answer to how long are houses taking to sell around here. In Chatham County, it's about 54 days. That's 30% longer compared to 2024. In Effingham County, it's 64 days, which is 36% longer than last year. Now, in Bryan County, which is where Richmond Hill is where homes are selling the fastest. And even then, it's 54 days on average, which, by the way, is 25% longer compared to last year. Now, how does the fact that the houses are taking longer to sell affect you as a home buyer or as a home seller? Well, if you're a home buyer, you have a little bit more negotiation power compared to sellers. And if you're a seller, you need to understand to not be greedy and don't expect to put a home on the market and just get it sold in the next 5 days. It's not gonna happen. A lot of you guys are basing your decision and your conclusions on the market that we saw after COVID. And guys, COVID is long gone. A house selling in 2 hours is not normal, right? Interest rates of 2% is not normal. Even 3% is not normal, okay? So I hear a lot of people kind of complaining, debating on the topic on, well, I'm just gonna wait because interest rates are gonna go down, or no, I'm just gonna sell it and hopefully we can sell within a week. That is not normal, okay? So keep that in mind. Real quick, if you are from out of the state of Georgia and you're planning on making the move and you're not too familiar with the different areas, I would suggest you to download the Out of the State Buyer's Guide that I have. Click the link in the description. You're gonna get a guide that talks about a lot of things: school, taxes, comparison of different areas, what's going on in the market, etc. So just go do that and let's get back to the video. Now let's answer the following question, which is, are we on a buyer's market or are we on a seller's market? The first thing that I want to say is not good news, okay? So far this year, we've had 23% fewer sales compared to last year. At this point, there are 880 homes under contract. Now, at the same time, there is 1,705 active listings. Now, at the same time, in the past 30 days, there were 483 closings. Now, with that being said, when I do the numbers, it gives me 3.5 months worth of inventory, which means by definition that we are still on a seller's market, but not necessarily a strong one. I would say this, we are on a weak seller's market, meaning almost a little bit more, and it becomes a balanced market between buyers and sellers. Now, if you don't know, when I say 3.5 months worth of inventory, what I mean is this. If there is no longer any new listings coming on the market, we only work with those that are available at the moment. It'll take 3.5 months for those that are available right now. If we don't put any more new homes on the market, 3.5 months for us to run out of houses. That's what I mean when I say 3.5 months worth of inventory. Now, you may be wondering, if that's the case and we're not necessarily on a strong seller's market, does that mean that I have the advantage? Well, not necessarily, because it depends on where you're buying. Are you buying in one of the top 5 hottest area on the market? I don't know. So let's talk about where are those 5 best places where the most buyers are buying right now. So the number 1 area where the most amount of people are buying right now in 2025 so far is zip code 31419. That is South Savannah. Now, this area always have high demand. It only takes you 10 minutes to go from there to Hunter Army Airfield, about 15 minutes to go downtown. If you wanted to go to Richmond Hill, it's basically another 10 minutes away. And if you wanted to go to Pooler, Georgia, from there, it will take you about 15 minutes. So this is one of those places that are on the sweet spot. So with that being said, every time there's a new listing that looks very good in that area, you're probably gonna have multiple offers. Now, in second place, out of the top 5 hottest places to buy right now is Richmond Hill, Georgia. Now, Richmond Hill is known because of the school districts, okay? Very low population, a little bit of a country vibe, nice communities, very welcoming, okay? So if that's you, Richmond Hill might be the best fit for you. Now, the third place where the most people are buying right now is Pooler, Georgia. Pooler, Georgia, part of Chatham County. A lot of people are buying because of the proximity to the shopping areas, proximity to downtown, proximity to the airport. People complain because they don't have great schools, a lot of traffic, but there is very high demand and there is a lot of commercial development going on. So Pooler, Georgia is only gonna have more things to do as time goes on. Now, on number 4 is Guyton, Georgia, which, by the way, I was a little bit surprised when I saw this when I was doing the research. But yes, people are buying in Guyton, Georgia. Guyton, Georgia is in Effingham County, part of the Savannah metro area. And a lot of people go there because of the new construction, and also they do have bigger lots and the houses are a little bit more separated compared to other towns. Now, on spot number 5 is Port Wentworth, Georgia, okay? That is part of Chatham County. Tons of new construction going on, specifically on a community called Rice Hope, okay? Multiple builders, a lot of people buying there, very high demand. Very close to the airport, very close to Pooler, Georgia, very close to Savannah, and also very close to Rincon. So Port Wentworth is one of those places that are like in the middle of all the good places. Now, why is it important to know where the most people are buying houses at? Because even though we're not on a strong seller's market, if you're buying in one of these markets that I just mentioned, the top 5 most popular places, there is a very high chance that you're not gonna have the negotiation power that you wish you had, okay? When a new listing comes on and it looks nice and it's priced right, you're probably not gonna be able to offer a low ball. You're gonna have to offer asking price. You're probably gonna be competing against other buyers, so you have to base your decisions accordingly. Okay, so if you're working with an agent, make sure they know what they're doing. Now, let's transition now and talk about something that I get asked every single week: new construction homes. Let's answer the question about what should you expect if you're looking for a brand new construction home in the Savannah, Georgia metro area. So check this out. I did the research about new construction homes. And let me tell you, if you're looking for a 3-bedroom new construction home, you should expect to pay about $345,000, okay? If it's a 4-bedroom, that would be about $430,000. Now, if it's 5-bedroom, because you have a bigger family or maybe you need more room, 5-bedroom, it will be about $460,000. A lot of you guys want to find a new construction that looks nice, under 300,000. And yes, I do have bad news for you, because you're not gonna find them, at least not in the places that you want to find them, because everyone wants a nice neighborhood. Everyone wants something that looks mature, etc. So yeah, sorry that I disappoint you, but those are the expectations. Now, another question that I get asked is, Bruno, can you send me new construction homes that are not on an HOA? Because I hate HOAs. I will never be part of an HOA ever in my life. But I want a new construction home that doesn't have one. Another disappointment, we don't have those, at least not in the places that you want. Yes, we do have new constructions without an HOA. They're mainly downtown Savannah or near the east side of Savannah, maybe in Garden City. But a lot of people, that's not the vibe that they're looking for. They want something that looks like a community, not like an open neighborhood, but they want a new construction, but they don't want an HOA, but they want the home to be able to be customized. And yeah, people have all of these desires that I love crushing those dreams, okay? I love it because, I mean, it is what it is. I can just sell you, like a lot of you guys might say, well, Bruno, you're a realtor, of course you want to sell something. My answer to that is, well, yeah, but I'd rather just tell you the truth, because if I'm gonna be wasting my time, might as well just tell you right now so we can move on. Does that make sense? So yeah, if that's you and those are your expectations, I hope I crush your dreams and you go somewhere else. Now, a fun fact that you should know about new construction is that 25% of the inventory right now is new construction. So that's 1 out of every 4 houses. So you have a lot of options. Now, let me tell you this. If you're looking for a new construction home that have a lot of land, like I'm talking half an acre, maybe a full acre of land, or even more, you have to consider the following areas: Allenhurst, Georgia, and Hinesville, Georgia. Those 2 areas are not part of the Savannah metro area, but they're about an hour away. So if you can move and you don't necessarily have to commute to Savannah or anywhere else to work, you can just have that as an option. So you're gonna be 1 hour away from Savannah and you're gonna have a big house with a lot of land, new construction, in a very, very, very cheap HOA, okay? It could be $30 a month, the HOA. Now, let's change the topic and talk about the rental market. For all of you guys who tell me, Bruno, nice to meet you. I know I'm buying, but not yet because I want to rent first. Just give me about 6 months and then I will buy a house. Or for all of you guys who are investors and just want to buy a property and keep it as a rental, and you want to know how much money are you going to make after everything is paid. So here it is. If you're looking for a 3-bedroom home, you should expect to pay on average about $2,200 a month. I'm talking about a house, not an apartment. Okay. Now, if you're looking for a 4-bedroom house, it will be about $2,500 on average. Okay. This is around the county. I'm not talking about any city specific. I'm talking just average numbers. Now, if you're an investor and you want to buy a house and you're using a loan and you tell me, Bruno, send me houses where I can net $500 a month, that's gonna be extremely hard for me because the interest rates are high right now. So let's talk about interest rates. So by the time I'm recording this in February 2025, the interest rates are 6.7 on average, okay? Give or take. Now that's a little bit lower than last year. Now keep this in mind. If you were trying to buy a house last year and you didn't do it because of the interest rates, well, this year, yes, they are a little bit lower, but at the same time, prices are a little bit higher. So pretty much you break even. It just stays almost the same. Now, what this means for seller, knowing that not only houses are taking longer to sell, but also interest rates are super high compared to after COVID, you have to understand that buyers are struggling, okay? You need to understand that they're probably gonna ask you for repairs, they're gonna ask you for some contribution at closing, right? And you have to be flexible. You cannot expect to be competing against sellers who are incentivizing buyers to make good offers, and you're just gonna sit back and just hope that the buyer that you get pays for everything. It's probably not gonna happen. Now, the last question that I'm obligated to answer, even though I hate it, is this. Is it worth waiting to buy, or should I buy now? What do you recommend, etc.? Okay, here's the answer to that. It really depends on what you value. A lot of people value renting because it gives them flexibility, meaning they don't have to be putting a home on the market, waiting for a lot of things in order to move. If they get a job transfer, they can just call their landlord and in a matter of 2 to 3 days, be completely packed and leave, okay? That is something that you only get if you are a renter, okay? Which is great. I mean, a lot of people will love that. You don't get that as a homeowner. Now, at the same time, I've had people since 2020, 2021 telling me, Bruno, I really want to buy. I got your number. I'll stay in touch with you, but prices are too high, so I'm just gonna wait. And I still stay in touch with those people and they are still paying rent. Do the math. If you paid about $1,800 a month or $2,000 a month for 5-6 years, you've basically paid over $100,000 of rent to someone else just because you wanted to save maybe $10,000, $15,000 because the house that you like, you thought it was too pricey. So my answer to just stop talking is, it don't really matter. It really depends on what you value. And since I don't know you personally, I cannot answer that question for you. But just call me, text me. That is my number on the screen, okay? Luis Bruno here with EXP in Savannah. I've been doing this for over a decade. I know the area very well, and I look forward to helping you, all right? That's it. See you guys next time.